Great friends, welcome you all for the study of our evening 3 texts, Yoga Vaashishtha Maharamayana. For some time, then we'll have the study of Prashnottara Ratnamalika. Then we go for this Parayanam of Sankshipta Skanda Puranam. All these are to keep ourselves in touch with the ultimate goal, Paramatma Tattva, even though we are in this terrible Kali Yuga outside and Kali Kalmashas inside. This is the way slowly we allow the nectarine divinity to come into us, stay in us, grow in us, and guide us. Let us not for any reason miss this. You can change the text as well as the speaker, but don't change this routine of attending to the Shastra Shravana. That should be Tattva Shastra selectively, not preferably. Just select only Tattva Shastras to listen. Yoga Vaashishtha Maharamayana, third Utpatthi Prakaranam. We are seeing the 10th Sarga, Kalpaantha, Mahakalpaantha Avasthita, Mahakalpaantha Sthita, PARAMA BHAVA VARNANAM. When the entire Stula Sukshma go into the Karana, that is called Mahakalpaantha. What remains is the Parama Bhava, which in other words is Brahman alone. Its inexplicability is explained. Its non-understandability is being made by us to understand. By all these struggles, what finally proved is that you will know only when you directly experience. Like any experience, let us heat and cold. Nobody in the words can explain the heat and cold. I have to touch it, then I have the experience. Isn't it? Hardness and softness. Which words can tell? I have to experience it. The bijli ka shock. Who can tell it is only me? So too the pains that which we experience, who can explain them? We only have to feel it, experience. Even these upadhiyukta aneka anubhava, we only have to experience to know it. What to talk about the nirupadhika Brahma? It is kevala anubhava gamya, and that anubhava also not the triputi yukta anubhava. Yeah, keep it in mind once. In Prashnottara Ratnamalika also very good questions and answers, so helpful for our enlightening our life and making our life delightful, brightful. Even Skanda Purana stories also very informative, encouraging, inspiring. Start the first text with our prarthanas like every day for 2-3 minutes. Om, 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 Om सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। ओम यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्य प्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः सच्छास्त्राः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्। ओम शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्य कृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ओम श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं राम नाम वरानने। ओम तस्मै श्री गुरवे वसिष्ठमुनये नित्यं नमस्कुर्महे। विश्वामित्रमुनिं शरण्यमनघं भूयो नमस्याम्यहम्। तस्मै वाल्मीकये श्रीगुरुतमगुरवे भूरिभावैर्नताः स्मः। पूर्णानन्दस्वभावः स्वजनहितकृते माययोपात्तकायः कारुण्यादुद्दिधीर्षुर्जनमनवरतं मोहपङ्के निमग्नम् आविश्यान्तर्वसिष्ठं बहिरपि कलयन् शिष्यभावं वितेने यः संवादेन शास्त्रामृतजलधिममुं रामचन्द्रं प्रपद्ये। ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम्। एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तन्नमामि। परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्म भक्ति योग धर्म विद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रीरामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे श्री वशिष्ठ विश्वामित्र वाल्मीकि वेदव्यास वामदेव नारदादि ब्रह्म विद्या आचार्येभ्यो नमः। संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषद योग वासिष्ठ महारामायणोक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्ष कैवल्य प्राप्त्यर्थं श्रुति स्मृति पुराणेतिहास संतवाङ्मयोक्त साध्य साधनानुभव सिद्ध्यर्थं तत्रोक्त ऋषि मुनि गुरुदेवता दर्शनानुग्रहानुभव प्राप्त्यर्थं सनातन धर्मस्य वैदिक हैंदव संस्कृतेः सांप्रदायानां शास्त्राणां मोक्षमार्गाणां गुरु शिष्य भक्त भगवत परंपरादीनां पुनरुत्थान जागरण विश्वव्याप्ति विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगति एकता शांति पुरोभिवृद्ध्यर्थम् अस्मिन् सनातन धर्म संस्थापने कंकणबद्ध अस्माकं सह सर्वेषां निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थं श्रीराम मंदिरवत् शिवकृष्णादि समस्त मंदिराणाम् आश्रमाणां पुण्यदिव्य क्षेत्राणां विश्वविद्यालय भूभागादीनां पुनरवाप्ति तेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययन अध्यापन उपासना यज्ञ साधना सेवा तपस्या प्रार्थना दीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातन धर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रूणां शाश्वत रूपेण समूल निर्मूलनार्थं भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिक हैंदव संस्कृतेः संप्रतिष्ठा अवाप्त्यर्थं विश्वे मोक्षधर्म पुरुषार्थ प्रतिष्ठा द्वारा विश्व संरक्षणाभिवृद्ध्यर्थम् अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां संकल्पित सत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयार्थं तेषां हृदये परब्रह्म भगवद्देवता गुरुशास्त्र सत्संग साधना सेवा माता पितृ देश धर्म सनातन धर्म भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थम् अनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्री वाल्मीकि महर्षि विरचित श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण शास्त्रस्य पारायणम् अध्ययनं साधनः प्रयत्नं मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। श्री रामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे नमः। वशिष्ठादिर्षिभ्यो नमः। श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण शास्त्रं मंगलाचरण श्लोकाः। ओम यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ति स्थितानि च यत्रैवोपशमं यान्ति तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः। ज्ञाता ज्ञानं तथा ज्ञेयं द्रष्टा दर्शन दृश्यभूः कर्ता हेतुः क्रिया यस्मात् तस्मै ज्ञप्त्यात्मने नमः। स्फुरन्ति सीकरा यस्मात् आनन्दस्याम्बरे वनो सर्वेषां जीवनं तस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। दिवि भौमौ तथाकाशे बहिरन्तश्च मे विभुः यो विभात्यवभासात्मा तस्मै सर्वात्मने नमः। ओम श्रीरामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण शास्त्रम तृतीय उत्पत्ति प्रकरणम महाकल्पांतावशिष्ट परम कारण परम भाव वर्णनं नाम दशम सर्गः। श्री राम उवाच श्री वशिष्ठ उवाच. So these explanations about that parama bhava, when the Mahakalpa's anta happens, in the effort of our trying to understand it, the Sima of our buddhi and its understandings we reach. When we keep on doing this, then by that grace divine, if we are really serious, sincere, regular, something will happen by which that inexplicable can be felt by us beyond the feelings of the mind with an intuitive intellect. Then, pursuing that, we even experience it, and thereafter, same will be the difficulty to us also, like every of the gurus or experienced people in trying to explain it to others. You know, if it were to be so obvious, can be told in few sentences with some measurements or definitions. Why so many of the shastras? Why so many of the satsangas? You know? Remember, all these shastras, satsangas are only to pacify all our questions and doubts of mind, intellect, and never to explain fully the truth. That's why no guru, no shastra can say that we have fully explained the truth. They can say we have fully tried our best, but not explained. Yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasa saha. Right? So be prepared. But then why are you talking? By we have to listen. In this only, so much of the delusions, ignorances, misconceptions keep on going away, going away. For that purpose, we have to go on listening to this Shastra. Or if you don't listen, what you listen then? You only listen to those things which will further spoil your own mind, isn't it? Therefore, better it is listen. Now, yesterday we saw uh, up to the mantra number 17 we have seen. From 14 let us try. Sri Vasishtha Uvacha अशून्यापेक्षया शून्य शब्दार्थ परिकल्पना अशून्यत्वात् संभवतः शून्यता शून्यते कुतः. So ashunya apekshaya, to avoid the ashunyatva of the Paramatma Tattva, in the sense there are the Rupanama are there. To avoid it, Shunya Shabdartha Parikalpana. It is told to be Shunya. That doesn't mean that it is Shunya. Shalavanjika example, keep in mind. In the same way, Ashunyatvat Sambhavataha Shunyata Shunyate Kutaha. Therefore, that can be spoken as Shunya because there are no Rupanama. That can be said as not a Shunya because it is the substratum Purna for the entire subsequent projected Rupanama. Therefore, it is beyond both. Shunya, Ashunya. In that way, don't come to intellectual conclusion. There will be always opposite thing also, contradictory. So, this is how the Buddhi Vani cannot reach it. This is how it is said. Okay. Next. Brahmani ayam prakasho hi na sambhavati bhutajaha. So, Shunya, Shunyata rejected. Now, Prakasha Tamaha also being rejected here. ब्रह्मणि अयं प्रकाशो हि न संभवति भूतजः सूर्यानलेन्दुतारादिः कुतः तत्र किलाव्यये. So, अयं ब्रह्मणि अयं प्रकाशो हि न संभवति भूतजः सूर्य अनलेन्दु तारादिः कुतः तत्र किल अव्यये. So, this is the same like Tatra in that Parabrahman, na Surya bhati, na Chandra bhati, na Tarak. Surya Chandra Tarakas also cannot illuminate. Then Kutaha ayam Agnihi? The small diya which I am lighting in front of Lord, showing Arati, how can this illuminate it? Then why is that? Tameva bhantam anubhati tasya bhasa sarvam idam viva. In the light of that only these are known, and these things have light blessed by him only. So therefore, Surya Anala Indu Taradhi Prakashaha Ayam Brahmani na sambhavati. Ayam Prakasha Brahmani na sambhavati. In that Brahman, these Prakashas are not there. Therefore, he is Prakasha Rahita Tamaha. But he knows himself or not? Very much. He is aware of these lights or not? Yeah. Therefore, he is not Tamaha also, he is Prakash. Mahabhuta Prakashanam Abhavaha. When this Mahabhuta means Surya Chandra Adi, their Prakasha is not there in Paramatma. They won't illuminate Paramatma. From this standpoint, the Paramatma, because of the absence of these lights, Tamaha Uchyate. But Mahabhuta Abhavajam tu Tena Atra na Tamaha Kvachit. Isn't it? But the Surya Chandra Adi, their presence, their absence, it illuminates and it illuminates its own presence. Therefore, you cannot call it as Tamaha also. Therefore, in that way, from the both standpoints, it is called as Tamaha as well as Prakash. Therefore, standpoint के हिसाब से ये है या वो है. Therefore, don't tell one thing. Don't conclude intellectually one thing. It's even beyond that. Correct? Then conclusion is so beautiful about the Paramatma. Swa anubhuti prakashah asya kevalam vyomarupinah yontarasti na tenaiva satu natu anyena anubhuyate. So asya of this Paramatma, who is he? Kevalam vyomarupinah, who is comparable like this Akasha in its sukshmata, in its anantata, in its niravayavata, therefore its nirakarata, therefore in its nirvikarata. A step more than Akasha is Akasha is Jada, Paramatma is Chaitanya. Another step other than the Akasha is Nashvara, Paramatma is never Nashvara. How can the Akasha is Nashvara? In Nidra there is no Akasha. But this Paramatma is there even there. That way, even more, higher, greater than this Vyoma Akasha is this Paramatma. But nearest thing to explain, comparably told, will be the Akasha. So, Akasha Rupinaha or Vyoma Rupinaha, Kevalam, sorry, Asya Vyoma Rupinaha, so Anubhuti Prakashaha. See, its illumination is its own experience. It experiences its own self. It is aware of its own self. Who knows it? Only it knows it. How it knows it? Because it is Prakasha Swarupa. To Swayam Prakasha Swarupa, Swayam Jyotis Swarupa. Therefore, it knows itself. Okay. So, Anubhuti Prakasha Asya Kevalam Vyoma Rupinaha. Yah Antaraha Asti. It is inside it, not brought from outside the Jyoti. Saha Tena Eva, because of that only it knows itself. Natu Anyena Anubhuyate. Neither anybody other than it to know him, nor any other light is required to know it. This is how that Paramatma's sthiti, which is at the Kalpanta, Mahakalpa Antavastita, Paramabhava is like this. See, these things, if we were listening from last 30-40 years, how it would have been by now, na? So clear, so deep. So from that what we learn is, from now onwards, relentlessly we will listen. So that our intellects gather this beautiful knowledge slowly, steadily, but surely, certainly, in the times to come. In the knowledge of this only, we understand the world to be not so important, therefore, we don't get bound. And this anumoti of not getting bound by the world and upadhis and This anubhuti of discovering that Mahakalpanta Avasthita Paramabhava is me is the right of everyone, duty of everyone. And why only Mahatmas should know, why not we? And all those Mahatmas were the Alpatmas only like us at one point of time, listening from their gurus. They tried, they realized. Therefore, we call them as Mahatmas. Then we also should reach to that state, not to be claimed as Mahatma, but for getting freed from all limitations, from all janjat, from all samsara. How long we suffer in this way, right? Now, next few shlokas. Narayana Muktam tamah prakashabhyam iti etad ajaram padam akasha kosham eva idam vidhi kosham jagat sthite. देखो, thus what we promised in the beginning, we told you logically, Muktam Tamaha Prakashabhyam. It is free to be called as, free from being called as Tamaha, dark ignorance, Prakasha, the light. Ajaram, and it is Avyaya. Ajaram is never modifiable, never changeable. It is a so to imperishable thing. So Tama Prakashabhyam Muktam, Ajaram and Avyayam. Akasha Kosham Evaidam. It contains in its in it as content even the akasha. Then in the akasha is the jagat. Therefore, akasha is inside this Paramatma. So the akasha is like the sword inside. Sorry, akasha is a sword inside. This Paramatma is a sheath, and akasha is the sheath. Then the jagat is the inside sword. Therefore, finally, Paramatma is the sheath inside which the jagat also is the sword type. In that way, feel the meaning of it. Akasha kosham, then kosham jagat sthitehe. Jagat is contained in the womb of Paramatma. In that Brahmanda, whole Brahmanda, we are all in Brahmanda. The Brahma is the Hiranyagarbha. Anda means in his Garbha, we are all there. Even the Brahmadeva is in the Garbha of Narayana. That's what Brahmadeva asks for forgiving Narayana Bhagavan ko after disappearing those Gwala Bala in Krishna avatar. We are the children in your stomach, he says. Sometimes we kick like the children kick the mother in the womb, but mother doesn't curse or become angry. So don't become angry and curse me, oh Lord. I have done a mistake. Brahmadeva tells to Narayana, the Krishna Paramatma, in that Gwalabala story, where he has for 1 year hides the children and cows, calves. That 1 year is human life. For Brahmadeva, it is 1 second only, even micro. Anyway, now continue. The sambandha between the Paramatma and Jagat is brought. बिल्वस्य बिल्वमध्यस्य यथा भेदो न कश्चन तथास्ति ब्रह्म जगतोः नमनागपि भिन्नता. So the bilva phala, then bilva madhyasya. Within the phala, all that content is there which we take out and make a juice and drink in summer. Or, there are no two things. बिल्व के अंदर ही वो पूरा फल है. There is no bheda. So too, Brahma, within the Brahma Tattva, the entire Jagat, they are not two. है ना? केला, केले के अंदर का जो खाने वाला पदार्थ दो अलग है क्या? केला means this केला without silka. And inside that eatable, are there two? No, one only. In the same way, Bilva, Bilva Madhya. So too, Brahma and Brahma Madhya Jagat, they are not two. Try to catch this point. Tatha asti Brahma Jagatoho na managapi bhinnata. Again, the problem is, be attentive. In that ignorance of self, followed by the delusion, followed by the mind, Maya, expressing as the mind, expressing as three gunas, expressing of the upadhis, seeing through the upadhis, believing what is presented by the upadhis, that sthula sukshma karana jagat, as if it is existing independently, we are in this delusion. Otherwise, Brahman never became a Jagat, as if Brahman is no more there and Jagat is real. No, it never happened. Brahman alone is there. This is the highly developed vision of the Vedanti, the yogi, the Jnani. And like molding, melting, sending to through the mold, the gold is seen as an ornament, put in different parts of the body, we name it. When it is to the finger, it is a ring. When it is to the ear, that also ringu. When it is to the nose, then also ringu. Finger ringu, ear ringu, nose ringu, hand ringu, neck ringu. And see, what is this jnanam said here is, it is we who have sent the melted gold through the mold, shape we gave, name we gave, utilization of it in different parts we are doing, calling it by different names as ornaments. Be attentive. In and through all that happening, is there any time wherein are there two things as we talk, gold and ornament? Think about it. Are there two things any time, gold and ornament? Only one. If one is there, then which is the truth, gold or ornament? One has to be negated. No, if one alone is there. No, what is always there is gold. So gold alone is real. Therefore, are there two things means no, one only. If this example is understandable in the same way, it is Paramatma's Maya Shakti which is making the same Paramatma only appear as if. Paramatma is not made to become world. Gold is not made to become ornament. Gold is made to appear. Made to become, made to appear. That's different, no? As we saw yesterday also, ornament is not created out of the gold. Ornament is projected, imagined, appearing on the gold. Therefore, there are no two things. If it all is there, final sentence is gold alone appearing as ornament. Brahman alone appearing as Jagat. That is the point. Ki tatha asti brahma jagato na managapi bhinnata. No bhinnata, as if there are two things called as Brahma and Jagat. That is why Sarvam Khalu Idam Brahma. Sarvam hi etat Brahma. That sentence which we are studying from so many years, because of every study, we are becoming little subtler to catch now. Even if you don't catch it now, continue for a few more years to listen, you will be able to, we will be able to catch. This is how through Nirantara Shravana of the Vedanta, Buddhi becomes sufficiently sukshma to catch, which it could not catch a few years back. Because it was Thula that time. It was also impure. It was hesitating to accept because of its various notions, which it was carrying from many, many lives and was guided by others, the non thinkers, non spiritual people. They were authority to us. We were misguided by them. Therefore, we thought the life, world should be in the way they taught us. Now, the Vedantic gurus are teaching us this way. Relentlessly, when we expose our intellect, one day we will also apprehend what they are saying. And what they are saying is true. What we were told others by others earlier was untrue. Because they were Ajnanis, these are the Jnanis. Suniya Dhyan se. Now the next one is beautiful shloka. Three examples are given. Or one, two, two examples. Listen there carefully. Salilantar yatha vichihi mrudantar ghatako yatha तथा यत्र जगत सत्ता तत्कथम खात्मकम भवेद. See, Salila antaha yatha vichi. Beautiful, na? When the waveless water is seen, let us in a glass, in a still water. In that Salila antaha, vichi is there or not? Wave, very much there, but unmanifest. But if you talk about two things, the wave and water, ultimately water alone here is real. In the appearance of the wave, water alone is appearing as wave without itself going through any modification. Appearing, not changing. Appearing, not giving birth. Appearing, not separating. Not two separate things. Hmm? Think about it. Salilantar yatha vichi. Second one, mrud antaha ghataka. Like a clay is there. The clay is there, that's it. But in that, the pot is there or not, in an unmanifest form, conditions provided, it gets manifested. In the same way, tatha, in the Brahman is this Jagat. Tatha, yatra Jagat sattha. In that Brahman in which the Jagat is there in an unmanifest form, tat katham khatmakam bhave. That Brahman, how can it become khatmakam means shunyam? It can't be shunyam. Again, the same thought which it was proved earlier, that the Paramatma is not shunya, is rebrought here. Just to assert, because the opportunity came. Okay, so therefore Brahma and Jagat are not two separate things. This we'll have to say after rejecting Jagat, realizing Brahman. Then we say. Now if you say Brahman Jagat are same, therefore I'll be lost in the Jagat only, then we are misusing our intellect and Shastra to misguide ourselves and suffer. And the ornament cannot say I and gold are same because it has no existence of its own. The gold can say because it is the reality. If you can understand this example, same way, till the goldness is realized, keep away the ornamentation. Till the Brahman is realized, keep away the entire Sthula Sukshma Karana Jagat. That is called Adhyatmik Sadhana. After realizing the Brahman, then everything is that only. Okay? In this way, Brahma to tatha yatra jagat sattha tat katham khatmakam bhavet. Two examples are given. Just like in the mud, the pots are there. Just like in the waters, the waves are there. Just like in the Brahman, the Jagat is there. Now, two things there. One, water is always there. Two, the wave is manifesting and manifesting, not independent. Mud is always there. Two, the pot is manifesting and manifesting, not independent. Two examples are done. Now, the Brahman is always existing. Jagat, manifest during the Sushtikala, unmanifest in the Kalpaantha, but not independent. Gold is independent of the ornament. Mud is independent of the manifestation parts. Water is independent of the wave. Brahman is independent of Jagat. Jagat is not. Think about it. It clicks. In this deep contemplation only, the deeper understanding starts happening. And that truth we have to contemplate on the seat of meditation. With Shuddha Antakarna, with Shuddha Lakshya, with Shuddha Bhakti Shraddha. Then actually that actualization of that Atmanubhuti happens. Brahmanubhuti. Continue. Now a caution is given. What is it? Earlier also it was told, here also. Bhujala Shrihi Sakaranta Samanasa Brahmatu Akasha Vishadam Tasyantastam Tathaiva Tato. See? Bhujala Adi Upamana Shrihi. The luxury or the glory of the Upamanas. Bhu and the mud. Bhu means mud and mud pot. Jala and Taranga. Sakaranta. They are only up to Akara level. And Samanasa only for the mind level to convey the possibility. about the oneness between the Brahman and the Jagat. But like the water took the form as a wave and the mud took the form as a pot, in that way, the Brahman has never taken the form of the Jagat. That's what he says. Bhujaladi Upamana Shrihi sa akaranta sa manasa. At the mind level to make a concept and an akara you can see in that. That explanations are given only to establish this. But Brahman is Akasha Vishadam. Brahman is always like Akasha, Nirakara only. He never took the form of the Jagat like. The water took the form of the wave. Mud took the form of the pot. Brahman took the form of the Jagat? No. Always Brahman is Akasha Rupa. So, Brahma to Akasha Vishadam means Rupa Nama Guna Rahita. Tasya Antastam Tataiva Tat. Therefore, this Jagat which is there inside also is that only. That day when we realize this, which is very, very tough. Brahman is Nirguna Nirakara and in him the Jagat also Nirguna Nirakara. Not accepting it by our choice, not accepting it by our choice is the cause for us only to have the alternative choice of the Jagat with Saguna Sakara. Then we are lost in it. Which is very, very sublime knowledge. है ना? ब्रह्म निर्गुण निराकार है, उनका जगत भी निर्गुण निराकार है. That we are not able to accept. Therefore, we feel that Jagat is Sagun Sakara. Then we get lost in it. Because जो हम मानते हैं ना उसको हम नकारते नहीं, खुद जो हम मानते. Whatever we think accept, we don't talk against it. Because it is aham, मैंने ऐसा सोचा समझा. That's the problem. So, Bhu Jaladi Upamana Shrihi Sakaranta Samanasa. In that examples, there is Akara of the wave as water as wave, mud as pot, and Samanasa, there is intellectual concepts, intellectual understandings about their oneness. But in terms of the Jagat and Brahman, Brahman is always Nirvikara, Nirguna, Nirakara. In him, Jagat also Nirvikara, Nirguna, Nirakara. In other words, Jagat is never there only, Brahman alone is there. So, never existing Guna Akara. When we give to the Brahman out of our choice, that we call now it as Jagat. We only give the never existing Rupa Nama Akara to Brahman in our ignorance. We call it as Jagat and we are lost in it. This is a very high level Vedanta. Aega, dhire dhire. So, continuation. Tasmat yadruk chidakasham akashat api nirmalam tadantastam tadrugeva jagat chabdartha bhagapi. Tasmat, therefore, yadruk chid akash. Just is the chidakasha, the pure conscious space, akashadapi nirmalam, which is subtler beyond purer than both bhutakasha and chittakasha. This is the bhutakasha. In our mind, it is chittakasha. Subtler than these two is chidakasha. Okay? So that chidakasha, as it is pure nirmala, tad antastam tadrugeva jagad shabda artha bhaga. Within it, the Jagat which is there is also Chidakasha Rupa only. See that? The Jagat which we take as Jada, which we see the modification, destruction, all of that, at the highest level of Vedantic contemplation is equated to nothing but the Chidakasha. Therefore, to a Maha Yogi, the Jnani, entire Jagat is Brahma Swarupa, Chit Swarupa, Sat Swarupa, Atma Swarupa. Is he not seeing Rupanama? He may see. He may do Vyavahara. But that has no Maina at all. Like the one who has realized the gold, he may use ornaments. He may put them in different parts of body. It is also Maina nahi hai unko. As the gold, be attained. So the ornament, is it wrong? If the gold is the cause of ornament, ornament is gold only. If Chidakasha Brahma is the cause of Jagat, so Jagat also Chidakasha. How can it be otherwise? From the gold, when you make an ornament, can it become silver? Can it become any other thing? Same way, when the cause, the Brahman is Chidakasha, conscious space, how can the Jagat be Chit ke jaga Jada, Akash ki jaga Ropanam? Not having this knowledge is the cause for accepting the Jagat to be instead of Chit, Jada, instead of Nirakara to the Akara. These are all Guru is teaching in the deep meditational mood, staying in that Brahma sthiti. Disciple also has forgotten the entire world around. He has forgotten his Dehendra Pranamana. He is only listening with that intuitive intellect. And he is also Ram Bhagavan there. And any of the other, the Shrotas of the highest order, they are listening that tone. When they are listening, they are lifting while listening only their attention to that level. Wherein they just have transcended the Stula Jagat, the Upadis which you see the Stula Jagat, the Sukshma Jagat, the Upadis which you see the Sukshma Jagat, the Shabdas uttered by the Guru Maharaj is lifting their attention to that Brahmic Sthiti. That is the highest conversation. All Upanishads are like that between the Guru Shishya. We in the world, we are with so much of inner impurity. For us, that state of listening right now is not there. Therefore, we are many a times satisfied with intellectual, some understanding, and many times even no clear understanding also. Never mind. That's how it begins. But when we persistently continue, persistingly, one day we will also become the subtler to grasp what was said by the Guru from long time onwards. Even now he is saying so. So, Tasmad Yadruk Chit Akasham Akashadapi Nirmalam Yadruk Chit Akasham Tad Antastam Tadrugeva Jagat Shabdartha Bhagapi. So, the Jagat which is having a shape, Jagat which is given a name, all of that is nothing but the Shuddha Chaitanya. Therefore, a Jnani, for him, Pratyaksham Chaitanyameva. Just like the carpenter, Pratyaksham woodeva. We call chair, table, and all, but for him it is wood only. Can you deny that when he says, I am seeing wood? Because the chair is made out of wood, projected on the wood. So, too, the whole Jagat, when it is projected on Brahman, it has to be Brahman only. That's the meaning of Tad Antastam Tadrigeva. Okay. And then this Anubhuti, that the whole Jagat is nothing of Brahman, cannot be said by the Jagat. Only the Brahman can say. In other words, I, being at the Upadhi level, cannot say that I am Brahman. Rather, I, by rejecting Upadhi, realize the Brahman. Then from the Brahma Anubhuti, after that, then I have the right to say that the whole Jagat is me. First I am Brahman, then Jagat is me. Not first I am Jagat, then that Jagat is Brahman. No. Jagat is not Brahman. Brahman is Jagat. In a sense, Brahman is the reality. On that Jagat projected. Therefore, Jagat is this way Brahman, not the Jagat is that way Brahman. That Jagat को ब्रह्म मत कहो, ब्रह्म जगत के रूप में है, इसे ब्रह्म को पहले इंपॉर्टेंस देना, प्रायोरिटी. That's what is said here. Example, Marichentar yatha taikshnyam rute bhoktur nalakshate. See that? The heat in the sun rays cannot be recognized unless I experience it. Same way, Chinmatratvam Chidakashe Tatha Chetya Kalam Vina. In the same way, na? Chinmatratvam Chid Akashe Tatha Chetya Kalam Vina. In the same way, only the one who transcends all the upadhis reaches to the Chinmatra Paramatma, then only he can experience and he can say that the entire Jagat is me only. In other words, the sun rays are experienced only as heat, not otherwise. Same way, if one experiences Brahman, it is experienced only as Chaitanya. And that alone is the entire Jagat too. सूर्य किरणों का आपको अनुभव आया क्या? आया है, और ठंडा है नहीं कह सकते आप. सर्दियों में सर्दी का ठंड है, दैट इज नॉट कैंसलिंग द हीट ऑफ द सूर्य किरणास, चेंजिंग द हीट ऑफ सूर्य किरण का अर्थ ही वो गर्म है. इन द सेम वे परमात्मा का अनुभव ही चैतन्य स्वरूप, नो अदर वे. इफ वी एक्सपीरियंस, देन आफ्टर दैट व्हाट अबाउट जगत? वो भी यही है. मरीचे है अंत यथा तैक्ष्ण्याम ऋते भोक्तुर न लक्ष्यते. तैक्ष्ण्याम ऋते भोक्तुर न लक्ष्यते. Two meanings there. Only when one experiences, he knows the heat. Another meaning is what? When he experiences only as the heat. Same way, only who experiences the self, he knows it. And when the self is experienced, it is Chaitanya Rupa only, Chinmatra Rupa only. Chinmatratvam tat chit akashe. Tatha Chaitya Kalam Vina. The Chaitya Kala Vina is again further explained. Means the pure consciousness, not becoming conscious of anything, not that way getting conditioned by something which is aware to pure consciousness. Okay. तस्मात् चिदपि अचिद्रूपम चेत्यरिक्तम तदात्मनि. अब नेक्स्ट स्टेप में ले जा रहे. तो चिद नहीं है, अचिद नहीं है, आप दोनों बोला था. राम जी ने भी प्रश्न पूछा. अब देखो कहते हैं तस्मात् चिदपि अचिद रूपम. Consciousness is called consciousness when it is illuminating the non-conscious thing inert. And to avoid in Paramatma the inertness, he is called as consciousness. But when the inertness is rejected, Achit, you cannot call Paramatma also as the Chitu. Like when the light is rejected, the darkness also remains rejected. He is beyond light and darkness. Like Shunya and Ashunya both rejected. So Shunya, Ashunya rejected, then Prakasha, Tamaha is rejected. Now in Paramatma, Chid and Achit both are rejected. Why? Because if you say Chida, inevitably you have to say Achid also. Because when you say one thing, it's always have value as value only with regard to the opposite. That's why you can't say even Paramatma is one. Because if you say one, you have to say 0, 2 also, 3 also. Because one has a value only when there is 2 or 3. That is why ekam eva advitiyam. It's one without second. Such one it is. It has to be said, therefore it is said. It has to be said, therefore it is said as one. But doesn't mean that it is such one that there is 2 also. No, it is without 2 alavan. So this is Shunya Shunya Atita. It is Prakasha Tamaha Atita. And third one is it is Chida Chida Chita Atita. Because you call Chid something when there is something to illuminate it. Achita Jada. What was discussed in the earlier things? Like Brahman being the consciousness, the world projected on him cannot be anything other than him. That also consciousness. Therefore, where is the Jada? Nahi hai. When there is Jada, Achit is rejected. The Chid also gets rejected. No. Then what is Brahman then? It is beyond both of them. But the Chit becomes the means for us to reach him, not Jada. Therefore, we call him in the beginning as Chit. So too Sat also. If you say Sat, it is always in contrast with Asat only. Isn't it? When Asat is rejected by insisting on the Sat, in the absence of Asat, Sat also gets rejected. The word, what we are saying, not Brahman. Then what is Brahman? Sadasat Atita, Chida Chida Atita, Prakasha Tama Atita, Shunya Shunya Atita. This is all we have studied in Rubhu Gita. We chanted. Whole Rubhu Gita was filled with these things. And to some extent in our Tripura Rahasya also. Okay, tasmad chidapi achidrupam chetya riktam tadatmani. Chetya means illumined object. Chetya means illuminated. So conscious of whatever we say, the thought, and in that thought, some object. Uske bina. The Chaitanya also cannot be called a Chaitanya. Chit ko chit bhi nahi keh sakte. Doesn't mean that it is not chit or it is not there. It is there, it is chit with regard to the chit jada, but in the higher level, वो limitation भी उसको नहीं, वो जबरदस्ती भी नहीं उसको उसको चित होने का. Is even beyond that. तस्मात् चित inexplicable, unspeakable in the words. जगत तादृगेव यम तावन मात्र आत्मता वशातु. Therefore, the Jagat also in this way either said to be pure conscious self only or said to be never it is there. You can never say it to be existing apart from Paramatma. This is the final point drawn here. Tasma chidapi achidrupam chetyariktam tada atmani jagatta tadrugeva iyam tavan matra atmata vashatu. That way, the pure Jagat is nothing but, in its true sense, the pure Paramatma only. Then, after that, the same Paramatma only is expressing as Antakarana, the Indriyas, and through them the entire world. So, all rejected, the Chit Paramatma reached. Thereafter, even Chit also transcended. Then, everything is said to be that Paramatma only. There is nothing other than him. So, Anatma to Atma to Sarvatma. Abrahma to Brahma to Sarvam Brahma. Right, friends? One or two beautiful shlokas. Continue up to 54th mantra. Now, all these, whichever, whatever are understandable to right now, as we proceed, we have to study some 29,000 shlokas. No? Definitely to higher level we reached. But give up not this study. मैं तो नहीं छोड़ूंगा जब तक प्रभु प्राण देंगे हम डेली पढ़ते रहेंगे थोड़ा थोड़ा अवश्य समझ में आए. May Lord Rama, Vaashishtha Rishi bless us to understand this, seeing our innocent efforts. May Lord mature us. Let all Gurus, Guru Parampara, especially of Yoga Vaashishtha Ramayana, be always with us when we are studying it, even otherwise. Make us contemplate on these higher truths, make us realize them, and whatever purity required within us, subtlety required within us, single pointedness within us required, the Viveka Vairagya required, may we also try to gain them. May the divine also bless us with them. Because योग्यता है तभी बात समझ में आने लगती. See tomorrow. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Tatsat Brahmarpanastu. Bol Shri Ramachandra Bhagavan ki jai, Vaashishtha Bhagavan ki jai. Thank you. Come back to study Hindi Prashnottara Ratnamalika.